As a child, do you ever remember going and visiting the counselor's office at school? I do. I remember going to her office quite a bit. And her office was very colorful, it was very positive, there was quotes on the wall. She had a really big comfy couch, and I remember just feeling good. And she'd give me a sucker, and then I would be skipping off to class. It was one of those things that I don't really remember conversation, but she made a huge impact on my life. So I was kind of interested in becoming a school counselor, especially in a school setting. I love being around children, and I love just having fun conversations with them and teaching them new things. So I basically sat down with Mrs. Rapp. She is a school counselor at an elementary school. They have 410 students, and she answered a lot of my questions, and we had just this really good conversation about just all the things that she does at school, and she gave me insight of the things that you may not see on a day-to-day basis. So a school counselor basically provides academic success for future. They provide emotional learning techniques. They are advocates for their students. She did say that the best characteristic traits for someone to have to be a school counselor is to have empathy and compassion, and to have overall patience with students, and then also with their parents. Parents is a challenge for school counselors. A lot of parents don't want their kids to see a counselor. She told me that she didn't quite understand the reasoning behind all that. But that was one of the biggest challenges that she has with dealing with parents. She said there's a lot of community involvement. There's a lot of things that you have to put yourself out there and to really engage with students. So I asked her about her career path as far as becoming a counselor. What did she have to take in school? What did she have to do? She basically started out with a degree in psychology, and then she went on to get her master's degree in teaching. She did teach for a little bit. She said that was a good thing to have underneath her belt as far as being able to relate to what the students experience in the classroom, and then to be able to talk to them about those experiences, because she kind of knew firsthand what was happening in the classroom. So she basically got her master's degree in teaching, and then she got a master's also in psychology, and she's currently working on her doctorate. For me, that sounded a little daunting. I was just like, wow, that's amazing. I'm just working on my associate's degree, and I'm not quite sure if I want to go to school for the next 6 to 8 years. But that was something to really think about. We talked about when school counseling began. School counseling actually began over 100 plus years ago. It wasn't something that was real popular back in the early 1900s. It was something that didn't actually take root until the 1960s. That's when schools started actually creating state models and having training available for people that wanted to be counselors. And it was the American School Counselor Association that actually was what it got established. And it wasn't until 2003, which doesn't seem like long ago, but school counseling hasn't really been maybe a top priority for some school districts, for some states. So she did say that the struggle with being a counselor is just keeping up with the day-to-day routine. She said that she never knew what she was going to walk into that day. She never knew what was going to happen. She mentioned that one of the biggest struggles was just keeping up with all the paperwork. You really do have to document everything. You have to have those moral, ethical values, and also maintain confidentiality, which was very important. I did ask her, what the best piece of advice would be as far as if someone was interested in this type of career. And she said, well, with any career, the best thing to do was to shadow somebody. And what she mean by that was just to spend a day with them in their job environment, So, like, if I was to go into her office and just basically observe all day and see what she does and see what she handles and what she has to, experience in that type of school setting. Um, she said that really is some of the best piece of advice, because if you are on a career path and you're going to college and before you get to your internship, she said shadow somebody, make sure that that's exactly what you want to do. So it was very enlightening to hear her viewpoint on everything, to hear what she has gone through, and just being informed about what it takes to be a school counselor. There's so many obstacles and there's so many challenges that I honestly, like, I don't think I could do it right now at my age. I'm just like, I don't know if that's the career choice for me. So I'm really thankful that I got to learn about all the things that are involved as far as being a school counselor.